She's got that fire in her eyes, determination in her soul, breaking barriers, reaching goals.
So yeah, this is one of my little mini work areas, looking like my little office, and I have to work on this website and write, and instead of fixing this space that is intended for that purpose, I am now going to encroach on the kids' homeschooling table and just work here because I'm lazy. And also, I could never seem to get this up. I spilled nail polish here like years ago. I don't know. Maybe I should have Googled it, but yeah, that's nail polish on the floor. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try and write. I am stuck on this chapter. I think it's because the pressure of the amount of words. Like once I get like a word count obligation, like it's harder to write. But yeah, 30,000 more words. And I much rather watch anime. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it. Or at least I'm telling myself I'm gonna do it.
That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. Shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. Shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. Shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. Shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way.
If you're around with me, I got a word for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry when tomorrow comes. I'll put you in the driver's seat.
Ew, cringe. So cringy, so cringy.
Don't gotta hurry now, cause we stay in control in the name of love. For the both of us, I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the name of love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry when tomorrow comes. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry now, cause we stay in control in the name of love. You ride with me, don't gotta work for the both of us. I put you in the driver's seat, don't gotta hurry in the name of love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry when tomorrow comes. I put you in the driver's seat, don't gotta hurry, no, cause we stay in control.
So far, you've seen clips of me either reading, doing some annotations, or book journaling, and then I'm writing. And I tend to drift off into my own world. I wish I could get the fantasies and worlds I create in my head on a video straight from my head, because it would be so much easier to make my books. But I have to do things in 22-minute, 33-minute increments to get what I want done. If I just go straight with one thing, I get bored or restless and drift off. But yeah, so just more clips of me either reading, annotating, journaling, writing, and then also writing a poem.
I watch
goal I started this summer was to find and read as many free books as I could. And it started off good. As I mentioned in a previous video, I started with Beatrix Arden, and I found some books, but it's either I couldn't connect with the character, or they did something really stupid and I left the book. I've only finished a few of the books I've started, but I think the last one I left off on was a Rejected Mate? I think so. But anyway, since then, I have finished, I think, 14 books. So I'm going to start with the one right after the last video, and that would be Bought by the Alpha. Bought by the Alpha. Was it Bought by the Alpha? No. No. The one after that, after I finished, was dang. It was okay. It was Bought by the Alpha. It was Bought by the Alpha. And in this one, it's a book about a breeder. Well, she didn't even intentionally go in to be a breeder. Her family had debt, which was actually fake debt, but you got to get into the story for that. Her family had debt, and in order to erase the debt, she offered up herself for a job. And her current alpha took advantage of that and took her to the Alpha King and sold her as a breeder. And she didn't learn that she was going to be a breeder until she was already there. But this book was actually really good, despite how it started. Her becoming a breeder. Her becoming a breeder isn't as bad as it sounds. She becomes a breeder, and she's all shy and clueless, and virginal. And of course, she falls for the king, the Alpha King, and he falls for her, King Maddox, right? This book really had me hooked in the first one because why can't I remember her name? There was the antagonist. She was insane, and the whole time they had you believing that she was like the brains of everything, and she was obsessed with becoming the Luna Queen, and Maddox couldn't stand her from the moment he met her. And the moment he met the girl, the breeder, why can't I remember anybody's name? Isla. He fell for her. And so the whole thing is she actually becomes pregnant, but she doesn't know she's pregnant, and she's falling for the king, and he's taking it slow. There was a lot of slow burn, but eventually they get there, and then she's kidnapped. And the thing with the first one, it really did hook you. It was mostly the love story and the rivalry, right? And in the second book, they introduce her brother and two different kinds of villains. No, three. Okay, so we got the girl who wanted to be the Luna Queen, right? But she supposedly had a mate who then tried to free her, but she doesn't get freed. She she's dealt with, or at least they make it seem like it. So that's one villain. Then the second villain they introduced was Isla's uncle, who supposedly wanted the power she had because, surprise, surprise, she's not some regular peasant girl. Her family's royalty, and they went into hiding. And I saw that coming. But she discovers she's a princess from this island, and she has the ability to bring people back to life and to heal people. And that's all great and everything, but I can't stand when people, or even people in real life and characters, are unrealistic, illogical, and unreasonable. You just got kidnapped. You just found out you're pregnant. And instead of just like taking a minute, she wants to run off to this island and save her people. She just has to. And then he's not even willing to admit she's a princess because apparently the island's cursed. But dang. Like, give it a second. She's just being really, really stubborn. There's other books. I only went to book 1 and book 2, but they were both pretty decent, well written. Bella Moondragon, she's a talented writer. She brought me into the story. I like the story. I don't know. Like, it's just kind of irking me that nobody's listening. And then there was another Bella Moondragon book that I read. Chosen as the Breeder. Same breeder concept, same Alpha King concept. The only difference now is that in this one, there's 4 alphas she's trying to get with. And in this one, they give us 2 villains so far. Of course, another rival, another she-wolf who thinks she's the shit and she's better than her, and the guys would want her over her. The guys aren't even looking at her. They're not even looking at her. That's the part I like. I hate it when they write in the story, there is a rival, but the guy's torn. And it's like, the characters are nothing alike, not in appearance or personality. So I really be like, ew, why are you making him torn? Because then that means he don't really like her. He's just available. I don't know. But I like that they didn't make them torn. They made them go, no, we want this girl, not that girl. It just took really long for. If you hear a lot of creaking and yeah, that's walking upstairs. Know that background noise is not me tooting and busting some farts. That's people walking. Okay. So yeah, Chosen. It's so loud. It's so loud. When I'm not recording, no one's walking. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like she tried to switch it up, but there wasn't like much. I feel like it just was missing something. I don't know exactly what. And I also noticed that the Chosen as a breeder, pregnant with 4 alpha's babies, is co-written. Maybe that's why. It's like it has her voice from like bought by the alpha, but it's like missing something, and it might be whatever the other co-author contributed, because then I also read The Culling, which is another Bella Moondragon book, and it is really good. It is really good. The Culling, the Luna's Vampire Prince. That was a good book, and I definitely want to read the sequels. Oh my god, the ending though, the ending. That's why it was a good book. When I don't see something coming right away, I saw it by the time she was giving her little speech, but throughout the whole book, I did not see it coming. So that one was really well written. I'm now a fan of Bella Moondragon. She really likes the slow burn though. I mean, I'm not a patient person, so it takes a while, but she likes that slow burn. And I think I want to get all of her books eventually, just like Beatrix Arden. So I highly recommend Bella Moondragon. If you have patience, if you can take a slow burn. Then the next book I read, Kate's Crew, Power Tools. This one's no slow burn. I thought at first in the first couple pages, first chapter, it was going to be a slow burn, but now they get right into it. And it's a different kind of reverse harem because she sleeps with one first, and then she watches the others all hook up, all the other guys, and then two of them are already in a relationship together, and then she eventually hooks up with all of them, but she's only committed to one. Usually in like reverse harems, either they're all in or they're not. She kind of like has part with the other guys. I don't know, it's just like it's missing something. It's not full enough, but it was very, I mean, it's not super spicy, but it's different, which makes it more enticing. The whole scene where the bunch of guys, they hook up and she watches is what makes it enticing. So this is a good spicy book, Kate's Crew. Bella Moondragon has like a couple spicy scenes, but they're not crazy spicy. It's just more romance. Now, the next book I read was Daddy's 4 Dirty Friends. That book, Barbie Cox, I think her name is. That book was, I didn't see it coming. Okay, I saw it coming, but I didn't see it coming. Usually, the problem with the reverse harem books is there is no real difference with the guys. Like, besides their name, like, they come off doing the same thing. But in Daddy's 4 Dirty Friends, each guy plays a significant role and has a very distinct thing about them. And they're all the same at the same time, because all of them, her daddy's friends are, they were all in the same military platoon, I think they're called. They were all stationed together and they all fought together. So they all have some form of PTSD, but their own kind of PTSD, if that makes sense. And then they each approach her differently, and they each have their own little kinks, and they draw you in with each one of them. Of course, this was left on a cliffhanger because there's others, and I definitely want to read the other ones, but Daddy's 4 Dirty Friends, that one's really good. I finished that. And from the same author, I started reading Charmed by 3, which is another poly book. But the thing is, for me, I feel like the author should know that they should use the term polyandry, because it's specifically the girl is being shared by the guys and she's not allowing the other guys to be with anybody else. But anyway, that's semantics. But Charmed by 3, I much rathered Sophie's character in Daddy's 4 Dirty Friends. In Charmed by 3, I'm not a fan of Valerie. I'm not a fan of Valerie at all. I like the story, but I don't know. She's really annoying and condescending, in my opinion. But it's still really good. The reason why I didn't finish it, I'm literally at 84%. I didn't finish it because, again, characters didn't do something that makes sense, and she gets kidnapped. Because in this one, they're not military. What's it called? The Russian Mafia? I think it's called Bravada. They're Russian Mafia. And they all have strikingly different personalities. That's another thing. She's really good at writing different personalities for each man, because like in the other one, Gunnar is completely different from Roman. Like nothing alike at all. And then there's what's his other guy's name in Daddy's Four Dirty Friends? There was Gunnar. Oh, I'm pretty sure they said it in the first page or the second page. Where did they say all their names? Maybe it was in the description. No. Where did I see all their names? There was Gunnar, Roman. Okay. Her dad's friends their names are Holden, Matthew, Nick, and Roman, and Gunnar. She ends up with Gunnar, Roman, Holden, and Nick. Matthew ends up with another girl that the whole group shared before. And Gunnar and Roman, nothing alike. Gunnar's like a playboy and flirty, and Roman's the Italian stud, and Nick is the model, and he's more submissive to her. And then there's Holden, and he has his whole issue because of the scar he carries from the war. But yeah, and then Charmed by Three, we got Hunter, Leaf. It's some kind of Norwegian name, I think. And Chase. Chase and Hunter are brothers. Leaf is their friend. And Hunter comes off like a douchey asshole, likes to make jokes, doesn't take things seriously. Chase is the nerd, and Leaf is the stoic, broody one. And the characters are really well written. I have to say, Hunter and Leaf are my favorites. But she gets kidnapped, and I just stop. Like, I hate it. I hate when they just make stupid moves and they're not thinking. And so I left. I'm going to come back, but I left. And then after reading that, I read Carrie and the Broken Dragons by Ava Mason. And this... yeah, and this book is about a wolf shifter who falls for 3 dragons. And in typical reverse harem formula, the typical trope, one of the dragons is a real giant asshole, and one comes off like he's romantic, but he's only seems romantic because he uses his power to entice women. And I don't want to ruin the book too much, so, but I didn't mind the protagonist in this one too much, Carrie. I just felt like she gave me whiplash. And then they left it on a crazy cliffhanger with she only slept with one of them, kissed 2 of them, no, 3 of them, and then one disappears and then shows up to frame her. And that's what I'm getting from the last few pages. But I don't know, I might have to, it's like one of those things where you gotta take a pause and come back. And it's well written. I just don't know if I'm going to read the second one anytime soon. And then the reason she ends up meeting the dragons, there's a whole nother story and a whole nother series from the same writer of the alpha, the girl. That's one of the reasons why I like the book. Her alpha is a female, Elizabeth, and she has her own set of dragons, and that's a whole different other set of books. So I started that one, but I didn't get that far yet. And then after I read Broken Dragons, I read another Charlie Cox book, Drilled by the Bikers. This book was wild. Okay, this book was steamy. It's like 1 minute she's laying in the woods, the next minute she's full on servicing a whole biker gang with no hesitation. The way they ended this book, I was like, no. Yeah, this was a good one. She wrote the other Dirty Bike Reverse Harem, the Dirty Biker Reverse Harem book I read like a month ago. But that one was good. For a quick, steamy read, like that was a good one. And then I read Alpha Magic by Amelia Shaw. This is another reverse harem. This one, it kind of was like 50-50. Usually I lean to one set and the other. Like I usually really like the girl or I really like the guys. But this one was 50-50 because it was understandable why the wolves were upset when she reveals what she did with her magic. But it was also understandable why she used her magic to find them. But this was a good book. It was short. I want to read the rest, other books to this, but it was good. Then I read Of Boys and Beasts. This one is about, it's a magic academy. Oh my god, this one was frustrating. It's a reverse harem. But in this first book, she doesn't end up with anybody. She kissed the demon. She kissed the fae. I think she might have kissed the vampire. Or was it there's a fae prince, a vampire prince, a wolf prince, and a demon prince. And the whole thing is she's there for revenge for her cousin. But I'm not so sure her cousin is innocent in all this. I think her cousin, because the whole thing was like, her cousin wanted revenge because they broke their heart. And so she goes there to get revenge, but then somebody's messing with their magic. And granted, they are assholes. Not saying they're not assholes when they're not bullies. But at the same time, there's this thing that I don't like where, because it's always one-sided. If a guy obsessively follows a girl, asks her out over and over, finds out everything about her, confesses his love repeatedly, it's creepy. It's wrong. But when girls do it, it's supposed to be cute and the guys are supposed to just take what they give. Like, just because you like someone does not mean that they are obligated to like you back. I don't understand why this is not something understood. But every girl in the school after these guys, and I was a guy, because I don't even like it as a girl, but guys are expected to just take all the girls and just bang them. But then they're going to be labeled as players or bullies, and they're the bad guys. All of you constantly chasing them down, all of you constantly throwing you up in their face, offering it up, and they take it, and then you're mad. Don't offer yourself up. Plain and simple. I don't understand. Stop chasing these men down. Okay, you let somebody know you like them. They don't give you the same reaction. Move on. Constantly chasing somebody down and then boo-hoo-hooing because they don't like you back. Yes, it hurts, but it's not like, that's not life. And stop throwing yourself at people. Just stop. So I mean, like, that book kind of annoyed me because I feel like everything was unfair. And I don't think the cousin's innocent in this at all. And I don't know. And then she just let people beat her up. Like, not even just like metaphorically. The girl was literally physically stomping her out repeatedly, and she just took it. That was annoying. And then after I read that book, I read The Wolf King. This one was how many pages was this? 258. This one was good, if I remember correctly. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So this one, they have a whole separate realm for the wolves, which I like. And the alpha, who's supposed to be the good alpha, is like a mafia boss in the human world. And he's protecting his pack. And then the girl comes from the wolf realm, where her alpha was a complete asshole and abusive, and he tried to marry off her and her sister, and the sister just disappeared. And then they tried to do it with her, and then she went to the human world to this alpha, and he's mean right off the bat. Like, I didn't like the way they did this, okay, because when he first sees her, he compares her to his second in command and says she's not elegant enough, she's frumpy, and her body's okay. But then slowly, all of a sudden, he likes her, and I don't like that. Like, I don't know. This whole thing where most of the writers make it seem like a curvy body is disgusting, but then uses it in the middle of the book as a way to entice them. Oh, it was disgusting at first, but now it's different and I like it. I don't know, it's like, it's almost like a form of body shaming. They make it seem like her whole life she's been rejected because she's curvy and it's disgusting, but now she's sexy because the alpha likes her personality, which now makes her sexy. I don't know. I don't like it. But she's like, everybody has like their own secret abilities that only unlocks when they're with packs, and her and her sister are a part of a prophecy, which the alpha and his brother are a part of the prophecy, and they're supposed to make one evil and one's good. But I mean, it's a good book. I just want to see what happens, so I might get the other ones. It just wasn't that exciting, and they never really do more than kissing. But it was okay. And then the one I read after that, I do believe I started a story on Inkit, or the sister app to Inkit. I can't remember what it's called. It's new with a G, Gala something. But Mafia Captive. This one, it's okay. She starts with one. She starts falling for the one's best friend. And the whole thing is that he's mafia, but he wanted to run away from his mafia life, and he found this goody two-shoes girl, and she's his angel, but they want to taint her. And she's completely unreasonable, stubborn, and I didn't really like her. But I wanted to see where the story goes with the whole mafia thing, and they left it on a cliffhanger. So one's all gentle, and that's the one she met, and I'm assuming he's gonna be the daddy, and the other one is like more rough and domineering, and I'm assuming he's just gonna be like a dom or master, and they're gonna share eventually. But they didn't start the sharing really in the first book, but I didn't get to the second one yet. And then the next one after that I read was The Alpha Savior. This one, again, like, I don't know. The Alpha Savior, she saves him and he saves her, and there's a whole back and forth. The thing is, it's like the whole ultimatum thing I didn't like. I don't like when people give people ultimatums in relationships. And at first, she was like, why are we moving so fast? But then she finds out about the wolf thing and that they're mates. And then she wants him to mark her and he doesn't want to mark her right away. And then she just cuts him off physically. And it's like, we're going to be friends until you're ready to mark me. That's so... I don't like that. Like, there was no communication. It was just like, I want this. Give me this. And I don't know. There's supposed to be another book. I kind of just want to see if her twin sister is the alpha of alphas mate, because he's somehow drawn to her, but she's the mate to the other guy. What's his name? His name, Cooper. Which is, yeah, Cooper. But I think that her sister is the mate to him. Or maybe there'll be a twist and no, I think her sister is the mate. But yeah, I kind of was hoping they would make them both, but they didn't. And then I read, oops, clicked the wrong one. I read, okay, so last I left off with Sweet Revenge, Wicked Games, and Savage Love. I read those two. Okay, so Wicked Games and Savage Love, the whole thing with her character that makes me mad is that she did this whole show to get over her ex, to comfort herself, and to not think of it. Then she's in the show, and Slade was dying to sleep with her. She doesn't let him, even though she wanted to. Then Deacon is trying to sleep with her, but then he says he doesn't want to sleep with her because he has real feelings for her, and unless she has real feelings for him, she doesn't want him to push. She insists that she has feelings for him, but the whole time, her inner monologue, her whole time, she was thinking, I just need comfort and to distract myself. And then when Fallon wanted the same thing, who she, by the way, slept with, she slept with Deacon and Fallon, Slade, and Knox. She told him, you can't just use me like that. The hypocrisy. The blatant hypocrisy. You use these men, and now they want comfort from you, and you refuse them. It was so disgusting. And then she ended up picking Knox, which pisses me the fuck off. What kind of... It's not a reverse harem. It is not a reverse harem if they don't end up with most of the guys. If she just ends up with one, then it was just typical dating. And this whole situation is annoying. And now there's the Sweet Temptations was supposed to be Deacon, but I don't know if I want to read it because I really like Deacon. I really like Deacon and I really like Slade. And I like Fallon, and she ended up with the one I like the least, Knox. The whole setup, and then she ended up with just Knox, who was from the first book. So I went through 4 books for her to end up with the same guy she started with. That's so fucking annoying. I went from Rejected Mate, where she met him, to Sweet Revenge, Wicked Games, and Savage Love, for her to end up still with Knox. If I hadn't paid for it, I wouldn't keep reading it. But I'm going to read these 3. I just don't know if I can do it now. Like, I'm still pissed off. And then there was other books I started, but I didn't finish. Okay. So, then I started Jackson. This one's about an alpha and a witch. And it was going okay. Until... You know, of course, the whole thing is he hates witches. And then they walked into such an obvious trap to save the brother. And I'm like, why did the brother even go in the first place? The fact that they walked into that obvious trap and now they're all about to be locked up. I left the book. I can't. It was too much. Then I read The Omega Shift. This one was about boy Omega and his alpha. And it pissed me off because he did something very stupid. He didn't believe that his alpha was for him. So now he's trying so hard, and they're about to be attacked by vampires, and everything was all good. This dude had his whole setup with his pack perfect. Then he meets this old Omega, and he fucks with his head. And then, now they're being attacked by vampires, and he's like, go inside. And he's like, no, I want to help. In this Omega verse, Omegas can't shift. So one, there he's useless right there. Two, he's only like 20 something. He's hella skinny because they've been starved, because this book is like a dystopian werewolf supernatural thing where all the humans are dead and everything's in chaos. So he has no muscle, no training. He repeatedly tells him to go inside. He keeps saying no, and then at the last minute when they break the UV light, he goes, okay, I'm gonna go inside. So you distracted him, you wasted time, and you allowed him to destroy the thing that was saving you. I left the book. 72%. I left. I was done. Nope. Then I started Broken Alphas. And this one, oh my God, her own family sacrifices her, stabs her right in the heart. The moon goddess brings her back, gives her powers. And then there's 4 alphas that she's supposed to be with. Now, this one, Broken Alphas, spicy. Like good spicy. Like they give you each one of them. Okay. So in this one, she has 4 mates. They're all mentally damaged. 2 of them, one was held captive from the time since he was a kid and left in a cage. I think his name is Bacchus. My favorite. Second favorite is what's his name again? Dang, I'm so bad with names. Second favorite was, what was his? Wild. Second favorite was Wild. He's also crazy. He was being held by his alpha. He was held captive by his alpha and essayed by his alpha and his alpha's friends. He's all crazy. He's crazy. And I love this book. I loved it. But just when they got over one hump, they find each other. Somehow one of them leaves with the baby. What? No, I had to leave. So I left that on 88%. I'm like, no, I can't do this. Now I'm emotionally invested. I have to take a break. If my feelings are in there, I gotta take a break. Then Blood and Moonlight at Midnight. This book is supposed to be another reverse harem, and this book has me in my feels. The whole thing with her ex-boyfriend, oh my God. This one's good, and because they left on another shitty situation. I'm at 228 out of 369. I had to take a break. I'm gonna come back to this book. This book was good. I just gotta get out of my emotions. So I'm 63% in on Blood and Midnight, The Witches Monsters Book 1. It is good. Really good. Then I read Beautiful and Wild. This book pissed me off. It's called Beautiful and Wild. It's a reverse harem. There's like 6 dudes she's supposed to be with. She ain't hook up with nobody. Don't set it up like that. If you're going to act like it's a spicy book, then give me spicy. If it's not a spicy book, then don't act like that. But she's supposed to be wild and defiant and different. And she's boring. She keeps going, is this the right thing to do? Is it appropriate? She wants to be a badass wearing leather, but then she's uptight. So I paused on that at 51%. I started Rejected by the Beta. This one was annoying because the girl is so desperate. And I know she's really lonely and her situation is really messed up. But at least have just a little bit of pride. Just hold back just a little bit. Let him come to you just a little bit. Stop throwing yourself at him. But that one was good. I also read that one. I still have yet to go back to Moon Kissed To reject a mate, You're My Omega, Fated Mates, or Hidden World Academy. I can't do it. And what's the other one? Dragon Rejected. I haven't gone back to that either. Plan to. I'm just not going to yet. So this time I finished The Alpha Savior, Mafia Captive, Wolf King, Of Boys and Beasts, Broken Dragons, Daddy's Four Dirty Friends, Bought by the Alpha, Loved by the Alpha, and Wicked Games, Savage Love, and Alpha Magic, Drilled by the Bikers, Kate's Crew, The Culling, the Lunar Vampire's Prince, Chosen as a Breeder, Pregnant with 4 alpha babies. And those are the only ones I finished completely. But yeah. Now I'm reading, and now I am reading My Two Studs Stand and Wolf Maiden. So let's see how those go. Until the next chapter.